everyone. Welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I am getting my dried herbs together and putting them into some containers. I've had them in these paper bags for a while now. They are good and dry. I had them in the storage room for a while hanging, and then after I saw that they were dry and I didn't have time to really take care of them, I just put each one in a paper bag. This is some basil. And you can get these paper bags at the Dollar Tree or other stores, but I got these at the Dollar Tree. And I am just gonna take it out, raise it out a little and let you see the basil. And the way that I do it is I just take them still inside the bag. Go ahead and I have a rubber band on the top that I had on it when it was hanging up inside the storage room. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the rubber band from the top. And this will be able to help me to get the basil off of the stems better. I'm gonna remove my rubber band, and I say these rubber bands because I use these rubber bands over and over. I use them for a lot of things. And this basil has a lot of good uses. You know that you can use it in a lot of your cooking, like spaghetti sauces and things like that. You can also use, it has medicinal purposes. So I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but look up the medicinal purposes of some of your herbs. Some people may use them mostly for cooking, but they do have some medicinal purposes also. So what I'll be doing is I'll just be taking them and I'll just crunch them up. And this is just to help those leaves to disconnect from the stem. And they love coming off. Once they dried, it's not hard to get them off. It's kind of noisy, but it's not hard to get them off. And then I just remove the stems. I got me a pen. Okay, then I just go ahead and remove all the stems. So the stems come off easily. And then you still have all of your basil inside the bag. You might have to remove some extra stems. And sometimes I just wait until I pour them up to remove the remainder of the stems. And I love basil in my tea. It makes a delicious tea. I'll mix the green basil with the purple basil. And I do have some purple basil over here that I will be using also. So then I have these jars that I told you all about. I purchased them from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And this is where I'm going to be storing my herbs. Because I have some already in the kitchen that I have been using, but I want to go ahead and start another area for my herbs that I will be using for my medicinal use and adding in different tinctures. Okay, so now I have a jar of herbs, and y'all know this smells wonderful. It smells wonderful. I got my little label maker over here, so I will be making some labels. This is my little label maker over here. So I will be making some labels for these. And I already got started. I did some rosemary already, and I have some more rosemary over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to add this rosemary. And what I do, I just write the name on the bag. Some of my bags are not labeled, but most of the time I don't have a problem telling what they are because you can smell them, but it's best to go ahead and label them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and it wasn't very much on these stems. Yes, this smells very good. And go ahead and pour it into my jar. Okay, so I keyed in rosemary on my phone, and here's my little label maker, and I'll just push print, and it has print my label, and I just mash the top button to get it to cut, and now my label is made. So that is how I make my labels. And then it has a little paper on the back that you tear off. This is the basil. And I'll just put my label right there on the front. And I will go ahead and do one for the basil print. And you can add some little flowers to it or something like that, but for these, I just decided to leave them plain. Okay, the next one that we're going to be doing is the purple basil. I got my purple basil right here. Remove my rubber band. And remove my leaves from my stem. It came off really easy. Crunch this up a little more. Okay, there's some of my purple basil, and I think I have another bag of purple basil over here. Be prepared to make a mess when you're doing this. And it is almost impossible not to be getting your leaves everywhere. Okay, next thing we have are our chives. And chives have some medicinal purposes also. So you can read about those. Read up on these medicinal purposes so you can know if, you may be in a position sometime where you're not able to go to the doctor and you can treat certain things with different herbs. Okay, so this is what our chives look like. We got some brown ones in there, but they'll be easy to remove. But I would just keep adding to these as I am able to, because right now I do have some chives that I can't harvest. Okay, so I got my chives label. I'm gonna go ahead and make my label for my purple basil. All right, next up is the sage. And I think I told you all in a previous video that when we were small, my parents used to give us sage tea for colds. So sage also has a lot of different medicinal purposes. And it's also very delicious to season your food. Makes very delicious seasoning for your food. Okay, so I'll go ahead and remove the stems. Give it another crunch before I pour it into my jar. still got some stems in here because I had a smaller one. Not a smaller bunch that was in this bag. There was a large bunch and a small bunch. Okay, there are my sage leaves. I'll go ahead and make my label. Okay, I'll print it. Okay, and the next one is my parsley. It looks so delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my rubber band. And the stems come off very easily. I don't have very much of the parsley. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my jar. Now, if everything that is out in the garden, or if any of these herbs that's in the garden survives, then I will have parsley, because I still have parsley in the garden. I covered it. So we will be waiting to see if any of those plants survive. So this is what the parsley is looking like. It has a few stems in there. I had another bag of basil, so I went ahead and put it in here. So I ended up with a whole jar of basil. And I opened up this purple basil, and it's like the aroma just filled the area. It smells so good. And I love that purple basil in a tea. Now, I had a lot of mint. It would not fit into a paper bag, so I ended up putting it into this plastic bag. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna crunch it up. And it smells so good. And mint also has a lot of medicinal purposes, as well as being delicious in different foods and mouthwashes. Adds flavor to toothpastes. So there are a lot of uses for mint. It's gonna almost be impossible to remove all of these stems. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put them into my jar. Okay, so this is what our mint is looking like. And I'll go ahead and make my label. It's printing. Okay, so this is what my herbs are looking like since they've been dried and jarred up. Okay, you all, so this is a quick glimpse of what it is looking like outside. Okay, you all, I ended up getting another jar of basil. And I am still doing my seeds. These are some purple hull peas seeds that I saved from when I had my purple hull peas in the garden in the summer. So I saved some of those. And I still had some that I had not jarred and labeled, so I got those taken care of. And now I have some other seeds that I purchased that I still have not jarred up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jar them up. And these are contender green beans. They really got this one taped good. And I'm going to be storing them in these same type of jars. Then we have some tender green beans. I've already showed this to you all before, but I never had got a chance to get them all jarred up because I ran out of jars. And this is what the beans look like. These are the seeds. So I'm sure that the beans will look like this also. Well, they'll be green beans, but they'll look like this on the inside. This is a new one for me. I've never planted this one before. And the last one are green velvet okra. I planted this last season and it was delicious. We really enjoyed it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get these labeled up in a moment, but for right now, I want to go ahead and I ended up with another bag of mint also, so I will be crushing. I guess I can go ahead and crush this mint and get it bagged up. It smells so good. Seems like I had more mint and more basil than anything. I'll just take these stems out, and I got my pan underneath my table. Okay, so we got all our mint poured up. I will put a label on it in a moment. Also, And I won't forget what it is because it smells so good. What I want to do now is to go ahead and plant some more herbs to get them started, and they will go outside as a winter sow. Okay, so I got all my seeds jarred up, so now we can go ahead and get ready to start planting. Okay, y'all, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some more herbs. I'm going to go ahead and get my herbs started because, as I told you in an earlier video, that I am going to be planting out a bed that's going to have just herbs in it. It's going to be a 2-tier raised bed, and it's only going to have herbs in it. So I'm excited about it, and I want to go ahead and get some herbs seedlings started for that bed. So the ones that I'm going to be putting in there are stevia, oregano, cinnamon basil, dill, and this is a bouquet of dill, rosemary, Thai basil, lemon basil, that's what the picture looks like on the lemon basil. This is the purple opal basil, and this is some that we just had today. That purple basil. Very delicious. Some chives and lemon balm. Now, I will be planting some more herbs, but these are the ones that I'm going to do today. So let's get started. I have my bottles right here, and I am going to do these as the winter sow method. I'm going to put these outside. So I am going to go ahead and start with my lemon balm. I hope y'all are doing good today. I don't know if I asked you all how you were today. I don't think that I did, but I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that you're having a great day, that you're dealing with this weather the best that you can and enjoying your day in spite of the weather, that you can't get out like you want to, because I'm trying to just do the best that I can, just, you know, having to stay inside, but just kind of just have to make the best of it. So I'm just going to sprinkle in some of these lemon balm seeds. Just put a few in there. I made my label and I got my date on there. Trying to get in the habit of putting the date on there so that it'll be better for my record keeping. And also I'm trying to do more record keeping as far as my getting my seedlings and everything are concerned, because you know you want to keep up with what you have already planted, so you won't go back and plant the same things over again unless you're doing it on purpose because it did not germinate. But if you're like me, you don't want to have a whole lot of the same plants. Having them is, you know, helps you to be able to share. But sometimes you can't hardly find anyone to give them to, because I don't know a lot of people who are gardening in my area. So most of the time I'm stuck with these plants. Last season I was definitely trying to give away a lot of plants because I had a lot of extra plants. And it was very hard to give away plants. I probably had 2 or 3 people who I gave seedlings to, because no one was, well, probably about 4. But I had to talk them into it, you know, because they really weren't that interested. Okay, so those are my chives. Go ahead and stick my label on my vermiculite on top and close it up. Y'all, the chickens are doing fine. They, the door was frozen today on their chicken house, but Caleb was a trooper, and he went out and he took care of it and gave them food and water. And so they were very happy. Okay, so this is my purple basil. So go ahead and sprinkle a few seeds in here. Add my label. I think I want to bring my vermiculite right here. And hopefully I will not knock this over, because this is a big bag of soily looking of grit, and I would not like to knock this over. Okay, so go ahead and seal it up. Next, I'm going to do my stevia. And as you all may or may not know, stevia is a natural sweetener. And so this one is one that I am really excited about. Okay, I was thinking, didn't look like any seeds were in here. But y'all, this is what I have in the stevia. And whenever I get stevia, whenever I order stevia, it is very, very rare. So I will be sure y'all remind me to save my seeds, because every time I order stevia, I never get any. This is nothing. So I am going to be very careful not to use too much of this. So the way that they're acting is like stevia is almost rare. And it's going to be very difficult to try to just put just one, because it's so small. But I am going to... Okay, nothing's came out yet, y'all. It's still... Nothing has came out of this package. Okay, I'm just going to stick my finger in here, and I am going to take a few out. I'm definitely not going to try and cover this with any soil. I'm just going to put this vermiculite on top. Stick my label inside. Okay, the next one is my Thai basil. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a few seeds on the top. Sprinkle some vermiculite on the top. Add my label. Okay, next I'm gonna do my rosemary. Next is the dill. I love dill. And I did not have a lot of dill this season. Last season I had a lot. And so I did not plant a lot next time, and I did not get good germination. So hopefully this time I'll get better germination and I have more dill. Next one is the cinnamon basil. And I just want to have different varieties of basil because basil is so delicious and it has great medicinal purposes and they make wonderful teas. So I wanted to have a variety of them. Yeah, that's something that I have been doing since I've been inside. I do teas all the time, but I have been really drinking a lot of tea. As a matter of fact, I got me some right here. That is a green tea, but I enjoy tea. Okay, so I got one left, and that is oregano. So I need to fill my bottle with some soil. I still got my scooper, my ice cream scooper, so I guess it's now became a potting mix scooper. Okay, so I just add a few of my oregano seeds. And I don't have any thyme seeds, so I have to get some thyme seeds because that is another thing that I did not have, another herb that I did not have enough of in my garden this season. So I will be having to get some thyme. Okay, so all of these are ready. And as I said, these will be a part of the winter sow, and they will be going outside, and I will be putting them out there. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video and that you'll give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. And go ahead and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.